What happened in my fight was I kicked Deontay Wilder's ass all over the ring for 12 rounds and then got a terrible decision at the end. So that's why I've had to come back for the second time. So I'm going to knock him out this time. There you go. Start to finish. Done.
Now we've heard that you're from Guadalajara now,
Yep.
Mexico.
Yeah.
You have the WBC Maya belt.
Yes, I do.
How was it to see that?
Unbelievable. You know, it was a very special moment in my career because as everyone knows, I have many belts in my cupboard. And I've got the WBC Maya on top, right at the top of them all. It was a very special moment for me. First non-Mexican in history to ever win that belt. So I feel like I've been adopted now by the Mexican people as El Rey Gitanos.
How is the life of a gypsy?
Yeah.
And how does it go into the gym first and into the ring? I mean, how do you carry your gypsy legacy?
It's a spiritual gift from God that I was sent at birth, and I carried from a newborn baby right up into being a fully grown man. I take that gift, that spiritual gift, into every single fight, and that spiritual gift has never forsaken me so far. And that's what it means to be a gypsy. Yeah. It's a spiritual gift from God.
Yeah. After you stepped down from boxing because of your problems and all that, you came back.
Yeah.
But now you seem to be more popular, more charismatic, more open.
Yeah.
What has happened? Do you agree with this or not?
Yeah, I agree with it. You know, I had 3 years out the ring. I had some bad troubles, and I came back in 2018, June 2018. I had a couple of fights, and yeah, since I come back, my life has been an open book for everyone to look and learn, and to take note, because you know a lot of people suffer in sports with mental health problems, and so I've been an ambassador for mental health now for 2 years, and everything's going really well, so strong, and I keep promoting the mental health struggle.
You seem to always fight for a cause.
Yes.
And this mental.
Well, when you fight for yourself or you fight for achievements or whatever, then that can only go so far, because when you're like me and you've achieved everything there is to do in the sport, then there's not much more to achieve in boxing for me. But when I'm fighting for a different cause and fighting to help people not kill themselves and fighting to give people hope in a day-to-day life and to show people that anything is possible in life, then it gives you a more meaningful purpose. I ain't boxing for money or to be some great champion or whatever. It's bigger than that. I believe God brought me back for much bigger purpose than boxing will ever know how to be. Boxing's a sport, something I've dedicated my life to from being a little boy that big, something I love, something that's deeply embedded in my blood and soul. But at the end of the day, life is bigger than boxing. Boxing is a tool that I use to save lives, including my own. Because if it wasn't for boxing now, I wouldn't be alive, I'd be dead, that's for sure.
If you go back to that dark moment, the lowest you were, what pulled you out?
God. Everything is done through God. In my opinion, everything is done through God. Without God for me, I wouldn't be here. That's for sure.
How was it coming here to train after training in the UK for all your life and now?
Yeah, it was different, you know. I never came to Las Vegas before I boxed here. I made a promise to myself when I was a little kid that I'd never box it. I'd never fly to Las Vegas until I fought there. And I had the opportunity to come here and fight here and train here. And now Las Vegas has become the home of the Gypsy King. Third fight back to back here, three massive fights, and it's really grown on me, Las Vegas. I love being here. I love the life here in Las Vegas. Great people in the gym, top rank. It's been good to me. I've got good memories of Las Vegas, and hopefully we continue to keep going down the good road and keep being successful and keep winning, keep promoting good stuff.
When you fought in LA, when you fought in Vegas, there's planes of people that come from the UK. How much do the fans mean to you?
The fans, without boxing fans, boxing doesn't exist. That's facts. It's not me making it up here today. So if I'm not a supported fighter, then I can just put my feet up and go home, because there's no point. If nobody cares whether you win or lose, then there's no point in boxing. That's fact. So the fans are everything. Without the fans, boxing doesn't exist. Just like any other sport, football, soccer, baseball, without a fan, sport doesn't exist. Sport doesn't thrive, sport doesn't continue to grow. All about the fans. In these massive fights like me and Wilder now, I've got a lot to lose, he has a lot to lose. I've been boxing for 11 years as a professional unbeaten, 11-year unbeaten record, 30 unbeaten fights, linear heavyweight champion, never been beaten. He's the same, he's got 40 odd unbeaten fights, WBC heavyweight champion, never lost. We have a lot to lose, but the fans are the winners because they don't have anything to lose. They're going to tune in, bang, put it on. This is an amazing fight, yes, beautiful. But they don't lose, they win. It's a win-win situation for the fans. The fighters put it on the line. They don't just put their boxing careers on the line, they put their life on the line.
Yeah. Do you think, is boxing the sport of the poor?
Sport of the poor? I wouldn't say so, no. Boxing is a sport not just for poor people, but for anybody. Boxing is a sport that any man can or woman can go to and change their life. No matter how rich you are or how poor you are, boxing is always very welcoming. Because I've seen people come in the gym with nothing and be successful, and I've seen people come in the gym with a lot and be successful. I don't believe in all this story of, oh, if you're not poor, you can't make it in hard sports because you don't know what it's like to want. But the fact is, it's the drive in the individual. The fact of the matter is, if you don't have a drive for success and to be number one or to be the best at what you do, then it doesn't matter where you come from, how poor or how rich you are, you ain't going to make it. I've seen many poor people quit in the gym, and I've seen many rich people quit in the gym. Because it's not about that, it's about what's in here, the drive in the person.
Yes.
And that's it.
How important for you is to win now the WBC belt?
Very, very important. It's my final belt that I haven't won. And I aim to win it, to finish off a long career, a long legacy. It would be the only belt that I haven't got hold of in my 17 belts that I've already won before. So yeah, that's the one that slipped my grip a few times. But yeah, hopefully this time we'll get it and I'll have to put it on top of my belts. Very important. Pepe, I can't lose. Remember, I will not lose this time. I'm winning.
We're very much looking.
We're in Vegas now, not LA. Vegas, baby! It's coming home with me, and it's staying here in Las Vegas. And I'm going to defend it here in Las Vegas.
That's for the Scholas Foundation, which is the foundation of the Pope. So WBC created BoxVal, which means boxing with values, which takes kids out of the streets. You know, that is one of the most important social commitments that we have. You know, take the kids out of crime, out of the streets. With the Pope, a lot of programs are coming in, and this is not a religious program.
Yeah.
It's like
It's creative arts, sports, ways of things to get.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a program to help people get off the street and get into a routine.
Yes, and give kids, start from the root, to teaching them what boxing is, how the boxing life is. Did you have any kind of that understanding when you started boxing?
To be honest, it's difficult for me to understand how that side of it works, because I didn't come from a poor background. When I was 17 years old, I was driving brand new Porsches around and brand new Mercedes. That's why I always say, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how much money you got or how much money you don't. You know, I was once sat down, when I was a young boxer, I sat down with former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, 3 or 4 world heavyweight champions, and they all give their little speech oh, I was from this ground and I used to bully people and I was a bad kid, X, Y, Z. And he come to me and I said, well, none of that applies for me. I was brought up in a nice neighbourhood, I went to a nice school, had a nice family, but they said you won't make it. He said, it's not possible for you to make it as a champion. I said, why? He said, because you don't need it more than the next man who needs it. But like I explained today, I explained back then, it's not about where you come from. It's about how much you want to achieve your goals in life. Because just to say that, oh, if you don't come from a very disprivileged background, you're not going to achieve anything, that's rubbish. But yeah, I don't know what it's like to have that life, because thank God I was brought up in a family that was able to provide stuff for me, whatever. And since I've been a professional, I've been able to provide for myself. So I've not seen that side of it, but I know a lot of people, and I've been around a lot of gyms and stuff that have. And let's face it, even me, without boxing, I would have been a lost soul. I wouldn't say that I've been broke or I'd have been on the streets, because I'd have been successful at whatever I would have done. Because I'm good looking, I can talk, charismatic, I've got good dedication. So I'd have been good at whatever I wanted to do. But, you know, if it wasn't for boxing, I would have been a lost soul, because I know this is what I was born to do. I wasn't born to be a salesman, or I wasn't born to be a director of a company. I was born to be the heavyweight champion of the world, be the most colourful, most controversial, most charismatic champion since Muhammad Ali. And that's what I was born for. But what I do want to tell you is this. I have now bought a gym back home. I bought a massive facility, and I'm opening it up to the public for the young children who haven't got nothing in their lives, to give them an opportunity like I've had an opportunity. So I think it's very important for boxers, especially ones who do very well out of it, to give back to it, to provide opportunities for young kids and young people and old people alike to have an opportunity to achieve something in boxing. Because you never know who's in the gym, you never know what champion comes up next, you never know what child we'll look at, maybe the next heavyweight champion of the world or whatever weight champion of the world. So that's what I aim to do. So when I get back in March, I will have a grand opening of the gym, and yeah, I'll start giving back to the community as well with that. So yeah.
That was going to be kind of my last question.
Yeah.
Because you have given us your prediction for the fight, and I was going to ask you, what is your prediction for your life?
Yeah, you know, Pepe, my only prediction for my life, and the only thing that I want in my life, I can actually only sit here and say I only ever want one thing in my life. Since I've returned, since I've been from that darkness to the light, I only want one thing, and that's to be happy. If I can just find happiness on a daily basis, then I will be surely a happy man, because material assets, winning things, success, whatever people think success is, because every individual has a different meaning of success. To me, success is being happy and contented in who I am and what I am. And when I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and think, you know what, I'm happy with who I am and what I am, today's a good day. And that's all I'm looking for in my life, is happiness. So I do what makes me happy. And I may be one of those weird people, because getting punched in the face and living in a regimented training camp, that makes me happy. I live for that. When I had a massive cut in my last fight, 48 stitches or 47 stitches, the corner guy came back to me and said, how are you feeling? I was widely cut open over, widely cut under. Blood was coming down my face. I said, I live for this shit. This is what I live for. Don't ask me how I feel. I'm happy as Larry. Wow. This is what I was born to. This is what I live for. I live to go into training camps and train 3 times a day and eat clean food and be away from my family. That's what I love to do.
If more people think like you, this would be a different world.
Well, I don't know about a different world.
Because happiness, you know, is the ultimate.
Happiness is the key.
Yeah.
And you know, I got caught up in the rat race just like everybody else, wanting stuff that didn't really matter. I want this, I want that, I want this. I was never happy with what I had or who I was. I was always soul searching for more. Until I got shown what it was like to have everything taken away from me, including my sanity. So I experienced what it was like not to have sanity, and then I was giving it all back. There was a story in the Bible where Ezekiel was taken and he was showed a different world, a different land, and when he came back he appreciated everything more and he saw things differently. That's me now. I appreciate fresh air now. I appreciate sitting here talking to you guys, thinking straight, not thinking I want to go out there and jump in front of a truck or something, or not thinking to go and kill my own self. So to be thinking straight, that's worth everything to me. I never thought I'd ever get right again. I never thought for 1 second that I'd ever be able to be normal ever again. The only place I ever thought I'd ever go was in a padded room somewhere. I was 100% confident I was going to end up in a padded room. So for me to be sat here today, thinking straight, happy and healthy, I couldn't want any more in my life.
When you heard that Jorge was going through financial hardship with this gym, keeping the doors open, you said, what can I do?
A boxing team is like a family. We're not all strangers from all different parts of the world. When we're in a team together, we're all one family. So I didn't know that he was struggling with the gym. He only told me like a few days ago. He said, I'm struggling with the gym. I said, what can I do? He said, well, you could come to the gym and have a meet and greet. I said, no problem, whatever you want. Look, it's Saturday. I've been doing my training this morning. I'm finished. I don't have anything else to do. So it's my pleasure to come here today, meet a few people, meet a few fans, sign a few autographs, do a few interviews, and help out my buddy Jorge, who's been helping me out for my last 3 fights. Fair's fair. What goes around comes around. And I'm very honoured to have the WBC backing me. And soon you're going to have a new champion. That looks like this.